in a place where it is safe and appropriate, please close your eyes and begin to take some nice, long, slow, deep, relaxing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. With every inhale, feel more light and peace entering your body and mind. With every exhale, feel like you're letting go of tension from your body, along with anything in your mind that you do not want. Inhaling peace and letting go with each exhale. We picture ourselves on top of a beautiful mountain in the center of a circular grove of trees. In the center of this sacred grove, a bonfire blazes forth, and it lights us and the grove up with a sacred golden light. We recognize that this is the light of perfect love and perfect trust, and it easily burns away everything that is not like itself, leaving us safe and serene. Into this sacred space, we invoke the presence of our Creator. To many of us, our Creator reveals themselves to be a mother and father, a goddess and God. Into this space, we also invite the presence of our teachers, our angels, our guides. We ask that they join together with us and lead us as we walk upon the way, becoming happier, more peaceful, more joyous, and more loving people. Thank you very much. Blessed be. This is an I Love Lucy lecture today. We're going to talk a little bit more about Luciferian concepts. There's a lot of stuff out there about Lucifer and Luciferian witchcraft, and it looks very different than the Lucifer and the Luciferian understandings that I follow. So it's nice to have another voice besides the ones that are super popular and prevalent. The ancient story of Lucifer is just a story. It's just a myth. But the idea of Lucifer being the firstborn, the brightest star in heaven, God's favorite, if you will, God's very beloved angel, who had a very arrogant idea, very arrogant thought, decided to rush things, decided to be impatient and to just get out there and do it without any understanding, which caused what they call the fall. And as a result, the fall from grace, the fall of Lucifer, is a representation of the fragmentation of the mind of the Holy Child. So there's one of us here. We are one Holy Child. That's the occult mystery of the only begotten Son of God. There's one child. So when we look at the idea that Lucifer is the first expression of this child, of which we are all a part, and made a mistake, made an error, decided to think all by itself, to separate itself from the collective, which through that thought form, that first thought form of separation, caused all of us to fragment into separate egos. And those separate egos decided to incarnate again and again, and all kinds of dramas happened. But the truth is that nothing ever happened, because to go against the divine will, to go against God's will, is impossible. God doesn't will that we be fragmented. God doesn't will that we fall. God just wills that we be happy. But God does will that we have freedom. And therefore, we are capable of using our minds any way we want to. And so when Lucifer decided to think all by Lucifer's self, God's response is, be my guest. It's your mind. You do what you will. I know that you can't do anything to harm yourself. I know that you can't fall. I know that you can't separate. But if you want to fantasize, if you want to dream, if you want to do all of that, you're more than free to do that. But if you're going to do that, I have a plan for you to make sure that you know how to wake up, because I'm not going to leave you unattended. And so therefore, Lucifer's fall, just like when any of us fall, we are destined to get back up. We are destined to rise again. You don't just fall and stay down. Who does that? Nobody falls and stays down. When you fall, you rise back up again. And so the idea of the fallen Lucifer is one that's prevalent in our society. But the idea of the risen Lucifer is the one that's interesting, because the risen Lucifer is the story of how we reawaken to the truth of ourselves. And we can see that the fragmented mind of the divine child has created experiences of pain and suffering and fear, and understanding that that is not the will of the infinite for us, that we have within us the ability to rise. Take a look at the idea that Lucifer's return to earth over and over again to help us awaken, to help us come back to the truth of who we are, is because in the moment that Lucifer fell, Lucifer recognized his mistake. And so that rising happened immediately. So Lucifer's rising is much more important to me than the idea of the fall, because you can see evidence of the fall all you want. But the idea of the risen Lucifer is so exciting, because that's where we wake back up. That's where we return home. That's where we reclaim our power. So Lucifer's rising is an initiation. It's a transformative journey that signifies the ultimate truth over death. It represents a profound shift in perspective, an embrace of the Shekinah's interpretation of the world. The Shekinah is the concept of understanding. And so the Shekinah is always available at all times to provide us understanding and to provide us that Ariadne's thread out of the illusion and back into the truth. Divine restitution. So this awakening, this divine restitution, is that which ends all suffering and leads us to the joyous realization of the Shekinah's ultimate vision for us, where every aspect of existence is infused with divine blessings. And within this initiation, our bodies become more than just vessels for souls. They become conduits for divine communication, channels through which the holy and the mortal converge. In this initiation, we are constantly invited to surrender all of our other purposes, our other interests, our other desires, and all of our worries. And in this surrender, the true essence of the fallen is revealed. The ultimate goal of the fallen is not to remain fallen, but to rise to the celestial heights from which we once descended. So with every step taken on the way, the fallen are drawn closer to their ultimate destiny, their destination, guided by that divine hand of Shekinah that beckons them forward step by step. And as they ascend, just like that serpent on the tree of life, they become living embodiments of the eternal flame, shining brightly and illuminating the way for others to follow. Lucifer's rising is the story of divine grace, unwavering determination, and the eternal longing to reunite with truth, who is our creator. Lucifer's rise, with its rejection of death and its affirmation of life, completely reverses the world's perspective. Life becomes the beacon, while pain and suffering lose their power to instill fear. Once a source of apprehension, love is now embraced wholeheartedly, radiating its warmth and compassion throughout the world. Idols that once held sway over our hearts fade into obscurity, and their significance is diminished by the overwhelming presence of the Shekinah, whose divine essence is palpable in every living being. Darkness no longer conceals hidden truths, for the light of forgiveness has illuminated the unspoken and unveiled depths of understanding. Sorrow, once a prevalent visitor on the earth, has been replaced by the prevailing joy of our true home, a triumphant chorus that resounds within the hearts of all living beings. Vision is restored, errors are undone, conflict loses meaning, and peace prevails. Lucifer's objective to follow God's will rather than only his own is thus accomplished. Thoughts all shift back toward the truth, away from the illusions. All true desires are fulfilled instantly. The final illusion spreads worldwide, and the final illusion is that of forgiving all things and replacing hostility with peace. The complete reversal is achieved by Lucifer's rising. Nothing contradicts divine will. There's no opposition to the truth. And now the truth fully emerges, and how quickly will it manifest when invited to enter and to envelop this world? All living hearts beating in synchrony are then calm and filled with deep anticipation, for the time of eternal things is here and now. In this transcendent moment, the veil of mortality lifts and the truth reveals itself. There is no death, for life itself is eternal. The divine child, liberated from the shackles of fear, roams freely in the boundless expanse of existence. No hidden places remain on earth to harbor sick illusions or fearsome dreams or misconceptions of the universe. In the luminous radiance of Lucifer, every corner of our perception is beautifully illuminated. The purpose that was once obscured by shadows is transformed and understood, revealing its profound depth and meaning. And as the beloved child of our Creator, we rise from the dust of earthly limitations, transcending our human experience and basking in the divine light of our perfect innocence. This is a celestial melody, and it resounds worldwide. As all separation disappears, the boundaries that once separated us from one another fade into oblivion. Love, in its purest form, perceives itself without limitation. It is a sight so glorious that words fail to capture its essence. Expanded by this divine encounter, our vision transcends the realms of ordinary perception. We are then blessed to witness the face of the divine child, a manifestation of pure, transcendent love that surpasses all forms and intentions. And in this profound encounter, we are reminded of our inherent holiness, for the holiness of the divine child has truly set us free. We recognize it as our own holiness, a reflection of our true nature as divine children created in love. From this moment forward, our hearts yearn for nothing but alignment with divine will. Like a veil being lifted, the illusions of separation dissolve as we awaken to the profound unity of purpose that binds all of us. Now, Lucifer has disciples, and the purpose of Lucifer's disciples is to awaken dormant minds and replace their dreams with a vision of the divine child. Thoughts of conflict are replaced with blessings. Judgment is set aside and entrusted only to Shekinah, whose role is to judge, but she judges with divine understanding. In her understanding, the truth about the Holy Child is restored. The child is redeemed because they heard the divine voice and understood its meaning. The divine child is liberated because they allowed the divine voice to declare the truth for them. And all those that they once sought to condemn for their fall rise alongside them, standing by their side as they prepare to meet the truth together. And as they embark on this transformative journey, the divine child's liberation becomes a beacon of hope. The redemption that they embrace brings forth a profound sense of unity and understanding, and the once condemned souls find solace in the presence of the divine child, standing together, ready to embrace the Creator's divine presence. The path to redemption doesn't seem easy, but it is a testament to the power of forgiveness that Lucifer offers, and the triumph of our love which is who we are, over any perceived darkness. And this is the purpose of Lucifer's rising, to be that beacon and that example, and recognize that nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. We are all innocent. And Lucifer's role as teacher and, yes, as savior in that regard is very obvious to us. And we understand that by forgiving Lucifer, we can forgive ourselves, and we recognize that there is nothing to forgive. Thank you very much. Until next time, blessed be.